On this episode of Sloan's Wilderness Expeditions, I head out on a solo backpack adventure into Indiana's Deam Wilderness, go way off trail, and explore ravines, ridgetops, and even ruins of an old homestead.
Hey folks, I am on a solo adventure today. I am in the Charles Deam Wilderness here near Bloomington, Indiana, part of the Hoosier National Forest. And I'm going out here for a solo overnight, so let's see what happens. We're starting out here at the tower, Hickory Ridge Tower. We're going to head up, we're going out Axum Trail a little bit, and then we're going off trail. We're going to head up, see an old ruin of an old building, and we're just going to kind of follow out on the lakeside as much as we can. If we're lucky, we'll find one of these campsites out here. If not, we're going to make our own camp.
The Charles C. Deam Wilderness encompasses nearly 12,500 acres of Hoosier National Forest land. Unlike most of our national forests out west, this land was once settled. With the removal of Native Americans in 1809, the first settlers came in 1826. As recently as 50 years ago, 80 farms and homesteads dotted the ravines and hillsides. 57 miles of dirt roads crisscrossed the area, and nearly every ridgetop had been logged and turned into fields of corn and hay. The Forest Service first started managing land within the wilderness in 1935, building a fire tower, constructing ponds, and pine trees were planted to stabilize ridgetops. In 1982, Congress designated the forest as Indiana's only wilderness area.
We've been pretty lucky so far here in Indiana in that with this COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak, even with the stay-at-home order, the state has managed to leave most of our state parks, trails, and the Hoosier National Forest open so that we can still get out, get some exercise while still social distancing. Here's one of the more famous trees here in the Deam Wilderness. And that is just kind of odd. Yeah. Very weird. Nice series of switchbacks here. Get down from the top of the ridge down to the bottom of the ravine. I gotta say, spring is by far my favorite season. Just the temperatures are perfect for hiking, and just seeing everything come back to life. That's my favorite thing. I mean, I just love it out here right now. Seeing the buds on trees, the first flowers popping up out of the ground. It makes me happy. And having my backpack on again. That's the best part of all. I've not done nearly enough backpacking or overnighters or anything. I think in 2019, Catfish and I only did maybe one overnighter out in the forest. Alright, I believe this is where we go off trail. Start heading towards the lake. It's a beautiful spot. A really nice camp spot right on the other side of the creek there. But for me, it's still too close. I'd really like to get out to where nobody's going to find me. I don't think there's ever been a time I've come to Monroe Reservoir where it wasn't flooded. I found the old ruins. I don't know if this is left over from like the homesteading days. Somebody actually lived out here, or if maybe this was some kind of hunting and fishing lodge. So it's kind of cool to run across while you're out hiking in the wilderness area. I have a feeling I may have to seek higher ground. This trail is going to end up underwater. First time I ever backpacked here in the Deam wilderness. This right here was my camp spot. Water is definitely higher now than it was then. Well, the little unofficial trail I've been following trails off into the flooded ravine there. So it is time for us to go uphill a ways and just start making our way. You know those times when you're climbing a ridge and you think you're about there and you get up there all out of breath, only to realize it only flattens out for a short while before you realize you're only about halfway there. There's more ridge to go. Yeah, fun times. So who would have expected on the side of this ridge find old barbed wire fence grown right over by this tree. Get out the other side. Tell you what, even when I've actually climbed mountains in the Smokies, I don't think I was that out of breath. But that's because they use switchbacks and I just went straight up the side. Anyway, according to my map, there should be a pond this way. So, since it's kind of along where this ridge heads anyway, let's check it out. There's a nice little campsite. Trail hasn't been used in a while. Staying along the ridge tops. It's a true jungle in here. No trails, no signs of people, and it doesn't get much more social distancing than this. I think I found another ridgetop pond up here. I'll tell you what, if I don't find a good spot to climb down to lake level and camp tonight, I may just camp by one of these ponds. There's nothing like the sound of frogs and peepers at night. There's an old fire ring. Another one that doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. We're just going to continue out to the tip of the ridge. There's definitely a little campsite here at the end of the ridge. Look at the view. As amazing as this view is, with the lake almost all the way around, I still kind of feel like I want to work my way down a little bit and get closer to the water. A little welcoming committee on my way down the cliff. Well, I might hate myself in the morning when I have to climb back up to the top of the ridge. but I think it might be worth it. It'll be an awesome sunset. Well, it is about 7:30 p.m. Finally got my hammock set up. That was almost a disaster. It's been a very windy day, so putting up the hammock lakeside with all this wind. It is done. At least enough to get me through the night. And this is what my view gets to be. So, right now boiling some water. Just gonna have me a little cup of noodles. Nothing special. I like to keep it simple, especially when I'm out solo, hiking and backpacking. Don't require much. Keep it as light as possible. Good enough for me.
On the next episode, I break camp and work my way back, and finally see some wildlife. Thanks for watching, and be sure to give a like and subscribe for future adventures. Peace out.